Number two, being immature. Last week was pretty busy. I kept busy at least. It was cats. It was productive, but it was also just kind of like, what's the word? Draining because I had a lot going on between a phone interview and then I'm working every day. And then I actually picked up an extra shift on top of that, and it was like I didn't really have too much time for myself. I did manage to work out twice during the week, so that was nice to at least get like two gym sessions in. It's better than one, it's better than none. So I did weigh myself, and I am 216. And I know it's also mostly due to my height. I don't look it that much, but I do, do carry most of it in my belly too. So I eat a lot. But I've been trying to do better at eating to the point that I purchased groceries, which I still haven't managed to really cook yet, but I am at least eating one meal at home instead of just every day going out, constantly buying breakfast, lunch, and dinner at some type of restaurant. So that's a change. I was a bit happier. I mean, it had its up and downs. So um, I guess I'll start with like the negative. For the most part, last week was really good until like it just got towards the end of the week. I think it was on Friday. Was it Friday? It's like it felt like the universe was testing me, testing my patience, or if they were just trying to like, uh, I don't know, either have me come out my comfort zone. I just kept getting pushed in a way, that almost made me, and it kind of almost actually did happen. Like it brought out the ugly side of me, and I hate feeling that way because it messes with me for a while, and then I just go into this like drinking fit, and I'm just constantly drinking and drinking because I just don't want to deal with how I'm feeling at the time. So it's just a couple of customers kind of like push my buttons, and then on top of that, I have like a few coworkers, and of course they're a bunch of children. And so I'm like, I'm not trying to associate with myself with them on that level because I'm much older than them. They're a bunch of teenagers for the most part. And, what would I look like trying to get into an argument or a fight with a teenager? So, but at some point, you do need to command respect. And so, if somebody's being disrespectful, no matter how humble and how, like, what's that word? Um, Humble, kind, noble. God, I hate that. I hate when words just kind of like escape my head. But I was trying to be the better person and not, sink down to their level. But, at some point, it's like, when is enough? When is it going to be enough? You know, I got to tell them to stop eventually because they just think at this point that I'm either scared or that I don't respect myself like that. And that's not the case. It's just I didn't want to stoop down to their level. And it eventually just with the customers being rude and then her being rude, I just eventually kind of snapped and said some things that were not appropriate to say at work. I won't repeat them on here, but you know, I don't like it when people see that side of me because it's not something that I like to feel. I start shaking and I feel disgusting after that because it's not me, you know. If it needs to come out, it comes out, but you know, I use it more so for defense than anything else, but I prefer not to be an ugly person all the time. Um, if anything, not at all. Like, I just don't like being so defensive and constantly fighting or just constantly trying to look for trouble. It makes no sense. Why would I want to waste my energy on that when I could be saving that for myself and try to do something better in life? So, you know, just invested in something that's more deserving than somebody who, when I go to bed at night or when they go to bed at night, I'm not even the one thing on their mind. So, why? Why do I care so much to have to prove myself or prove a point? It doesn't seem worth it. But a lot of people take that as weakness. They look at that and look at it to be weakness when it's actually the strongest thing that you can do. Is just to kind of keep to yourself, walk away from stupidity. It takes a lot of effort for me to just ignore some people's comments, not fight back, and eventually it just kind of builds up inside me to the point that like I just end up snapping on somebody because they could just say something that just completely throws me off, and it's just like not only am I lashing out on them, I'm lashing out in my head at all the other people that were being inappropriate to me, and this person just happened to be the icing on the cake. And so I do need to find a better way to kind of cope with all of that, which is partially why I'm doing these video diaries, so I can so I can better myself, my communication skills, um, you know, so I can keep track of how I am processing things, how I'm letting things affect me. So, yeah, I know I keep looking up. This light is distracting, so, yeah. So, yeah, that's what happened. And, of course, like I said, I went into, like, a drinking fit because I was just so annoyed by what happened and by, you know, like, just also the simple fact that I let somebody get to me like that. You know, that really bothered me. But I'm doing better. I'm slowing down again when it comes to drinking. I'm not drinking as much. I actually am going longer periods of time without drinking before I actually pick up a bottle. So, you know, it's not like a daily thing now. I actually gone a couple days without drinking, not recently, but like sometime last week. And then, of course, I started back up again because, you know, baby steps. That's all I have to keep telling myself. And now that I'm actually going longer periods of time without drinking, like I try to avoid midday drinking or not drink until like I get home from work, it's actually a lot better for me. And I could think clearly and I have more energy for things. I actually started cosplaying again, like sewing, making a cosplay. I'm working on Yuna from Final Fantasy X-2, and I I like it so far. I would show it, but it's in the bag and I don't feel like taking it out. But yeah, I forgot how much I really love that because I can't remember when was the last time I sewed something. It was It was for my Sonic costume earlier this year. So it's been like at least 5 months, 5 to 6 months since I picked up the sewing machine and since I actually really made anything like costume wise. I've done a few paintings or like continued some paintings just so I can keep a creative flow going. But as far as sewing, I don't know what happened. I just kind of shut down because I wanted to make Anja Woman, but I didn't have the work ethics and I don't want to say skills because I have just about everything to make it. And then making those wings were just irritating me because I'm like, it's not the right size, it doesn't fit well, how I'm gonna attach it. And so it just kind of like, I guess with that on my mind, I just told myself, like, I don't want to work on anything else until I finish this. And then I just never touched it again. And so I guess that just also made me depressed because I I'm a perfectionist and I just want everything to just go a certain way, and when it doesn't go a certain way, it it messes with my head and I shut down. And that's something else that I'm working about. Nothing's perfect and I'm not going to be able to finish a huge project like that in a month. It might take me 2 months or longer. Um, I just have to keep going at it because it's a huge build. Those wings are massive, and I prefer to buy them at this point. But at the same time, I'm just like, but that kind of just takes the fun away from everything. I need to, get it in my head that I can do just about anything I put my mind into, even though it takes forever. It'll get done. So I just have to, just put my mind in it. So hopefully I can have that finished by the end of the year because it's something I would love to take to Katsucon. Anja Woman from Digimon. So what other good things happened? I went to work every day. I didn't call out. There were times that I was late, but I didn't call out not one single day. You know, so I am proud of myself because I do have the tendency to call out, um, and especially if I'm working a lot, I just kind of like I get overwhelmed and I just want to stay at home and do nothing all day. And so I pushed myself through that, and I have another 7-day work week. Uh, I'm gonna have those for a while until I can get this job. Also, yeah, I did get offered. Um, I completed the second part of the interview. Yes, not yesterday, sometime last week. I had a brain fart. Sometime last week, I completed the second part of the interview and was invited to the third part. Yeah, it was on Thursday that I had that interview, and then um, on Friday they called me for an in-person interview, and I came in today, which is Monday, with that tongue-tied. Monday, which is the 5th of August. I forgot to date that on, when I made my little intro. So, yeah. Um, yeah, it's the 5th, and pray for me because I feel like I did good. I started off strong, but that interview lasted for about an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour. And I did not, and I should have known because in the email it did warn me, but I'm just like, no interviews last that long. They did a lot of the talking, but then when it came to the questions, because they just did so much talking, I kind of flopped because it's like, I did good. I answered all of the questions the way they wanted me to, but then I started getting my words mixed up, and it just made me extremely nervous because I was like, wow, my words are getting mixed up. Oh my God, I'm messing up. And then I start to panic, and I'm like, no, 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 no. And they were like, well, you think you can handle a high pressure situation? I'm like, yes, I can because I've been working in customer service for over 10 years, but I know I look nervous right now because my words are like slurring and I'm messing them up because it's just I got nervous because I started messing up. So yeah, that I really hope I get this job. I'm not going to think negatively. I'm going to think positively, and I just need every bit of positivity that I can get from this. So, yeah. Um, I do need to sit down and write in my planner so I can have my days planned out. Um, so I can accomplish more things because bills need to get paid. Bills need to get paid. I, I don't know, there's just so many things that's going on. And I need to be able to just have a list of things that I need to get done, cross them out, and go on. I really do hope I can get this job though, because if I'm working this job and then I'll be working my part time, I can start saving up money and just doing things, investing in more projects, um, and then part of me is like, am I gonna have the time or energy to want to do more projects? But partially, the main reason why, it's not just something just came up in my head. Main reason why I don't really do a lot of things is just most of the time it is a money thing. So if I don't have the money to purchase materials, then I'm not gonna really have the time to work on it because I don't have the materials with me, or I have to like purchase them one at a time, or like one item a week, and build it from there. And it just gets exhausting because sometimes I just want to like get it done and get it over with, and not have to like wait till I get a certain piece in order to complete my cosplays. And so I just really can't wait to just be able to buy everything I need and then just work on it and work on it, like not kill myself, but just know that it's all there already, so I can just continue to keep working and just provide content and stuff. And I also can like start filming more. What's that spit? I can also start filming more, more of the process of cosplaying and like doing makeup tutorials and stuff like that because I'll have all the tools and materials that I need. So that's a good thing. And I have another good news. So I can't really announce just yet, but it's a nonprofit or organization, and we're doing a Halloween campaign. So I was selected to be part of the campaign, and it's I'm excited. So yeah, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be really interesting, and I can't wait to share it with everybody. So I I'm doing a shoot on the 17th. I need to write that down because I will forget. But I'm doing a shoot on the 17th, and I think everything will be finalized and ready right before October, before like Halloween season, so they can just start like advertising. I'm not getting paid that much for this, but it's something that I can put on my resume, especially when it comes to like making costumes and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm moving around a lot. My legs are falling asleep, and yeah. But yeah, it's something I can put on my resume, and I'm just really excited to be working with these people. It's something that I can show other brands that I want to work with in the future. They can see that and this is like a huge company, so even though they're not paying me, and of course they are paying me, but not paying me as much as someone would normally get paid for these type of things, but they are giving me exposure and something that I can take home with me and present to other companies. So when I do want to work with them in the future, they, know that I have that experience. I have the tools and stuff that I need. So yeah, I wanted to go to the gym earlier, but I realized that none of my clothes for my interview did not fit. So I had to do some last minute shopping, spend money I didn't have, and get some clothes. So I'm not really too thrilled about that, but that's what I get for waiting last minute to try things on. Um, I do have a couple of goals that I wrote down. So far, I think it's just two. Uh, Three, actually. What is that? I thought it was a bug. um, the first one I wrote down is by the end of the year, I want to lose 50 pounds. So, again, I weighed 216. I haven't weighed myself today because I didn't go to the gym, but I feel different though because normally I feel extremely bloated, puffy, or just not good. And now I feel a lot lighter. So I do feel a lot better when it comes to like how my body appears. It looks different too. It's not as like wide and you know. And in no way, shape, or form am I trying to body shame myself or body shame other people because a lot of people tell me like, well, you're not fat, or if there's someone that is bigger than me and I'm just talking about my appearance, it sometimes makes them feel bad. And it's not that I just feel that the weight that I'm at right now does not look good on me. I've always been skinny. And so if you add like 50 pounds and put them on someone who's been skinny their whole life, there's just certain things that just are not proportionable. Like my body is not proportionate, and I would prefer not to. Like my head is way too small for my body. But that's just something for another video or another time because I'm not trying to like tear myself apart. I just make these notations of myself, and I see where there can be improvement and try to go on from there. I'm starting to see my abs again, so that's a good thing. Um, and my waistline shrunk by at least like a couple centimeters. So I'm happy about that. My pants, they're getting kind of baggy on me. So yeah, that's a good thing. I'm happy that I'm starting to lose weight. So my second goal, of course, is to continue doing these videos weekly. And I just about not did it today because I was procrastinating. And then with the interview, I'm tired. I've been up since 7 o'clock and I have to go to work at 4:30. And so I'm like, let me just go to sleep. But no, I'm like, no, I made a commitment. So I'm sticking to my words of staying consistent with things, even if it's just me just sitting here talking a lot. And brain fart again, I forgot what my third goal was. Oh yeah, to create one thing a week, whether that is writing something, drawing, painting, making a cosplay. So if I create like one item for my cosplay a week, then probably within like a few weeks I'll have exactly what I need like to for my whole entire cosplay. And I think we're trying to get this finished before NC Comic Con, not NC, Greensboro Comic Con, which is on the 15th, and we're also doing a beach trip too. So that's gonna be fun, and we're gonna take photos of our cosplays at the beach, and I'm excited for that. And yeah, of course, as times go by, my list of goals is going to increase. Um, but right now, I'm just keeping it simple. Also, I started singing again. Singing, singing again. Um, I used to sing a lot when I was like tiny, and one day my mom was like, "Shut up, you can't sing," and I stopped. And I never really like sang much until more recently. And then even my aunt was like, "What happened? Like, why you used to go up there, sing with the choir, sing at home all the time? We were just always singing." Didn't really tell her why, but that was the main reason why I just kind of stopped. And I just felt like I've been terrible at singing the whole time, so I just like kind of just keep it to myself. But I started up again, like around last year. I started up and just kind of started teaching myself little by little, and then just started like listening to music and artists and how and the things that they do with their voices and try to imitate it. And so kind of just like re-taught myself how to do it. And I'm not gonna do anything on camera because I'm not confident enough, not yet. I don't think I'll ever be confident enough to do it around people or for people, but I like doing it for myself. It's really fun to have like an in-person concert and not sound horrible when you're singing. So yeah, that's another thing I picked up this week that I'm really happy that I picked that up. So yeah, that's part two of the video diary journey. And I'm gonna go take a nap before work because I'm tired.